What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Quarantine Chronicles, episode 16. We hope you enjoyed the topics, the content so far. Do leave suggestions and everything for us to improve on. We're always open to criticism and feedback.
Yeah.
AK, any topics you want to talk about today?
Today I'm feeling like we should talk about the meaning of life.
Okay. Well, okay, so what's your meaning of life?
Now, yeah, this is a heavy topic. Me, I've always been pondering this because I'm still growing, alright? Okay, I know this is about me, but you right now,
Right.
do you know where you want to go in life?
Yeah, so my goal in life really is to just
It's like a job interview, but go on.
yeah. So I know it sounds like that, but my meaning of life, at least the way I perceive where I want to go in life, is that of being financially secure and developing generational wealth, and then within my generations, hopefully they carry on my dream to help out those in need.
Yeah.
So even if I'm 45, right, and if I invest correctly and all that, and I make enough money off dividends,
Yeah.
to help out people, yeah, then I definitely want to help them out. I would, because you'll see some of these YouTubers, the one video we saw where the dude literally just went to people's houses
Yeah.
and just paid their mortgage for the month.
Yeah, I remember that.
Or Mr. Beast, when he shout out Mr. Beast. He's one of my favorite YouTubers now. Where he ordered Domino's pizza and tipped the Domino's delivery driver
The house. Yeah.
and helped fully furnish it and paid it.
Yeah.
That's my thing, is to get rich enough to just help out people. With Andrew Carnegie's the Gospel of Wealth.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's my goal. And then I'd ask my kids. All right, I'd tell my kids yo, this is what I hope you do, because obviously when I die, all my stocks I'm gonna give to have it divided between all my kids.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. So
What I want to know is, why are we on this planet?
Why would your friend know the name of someone like that?
That's your future, but
Where did you see it?
me personally, why I
why? What I want to know.
oh, it's funny you mentioned this, right? Because my friend actually, my buddy, he's also my buddy, but he was my dealer at the time. He asked me, because we went to high school too. We were in the same class and everything. He was really cool. He still is cool. I would name drop him, but
Yeah, we can't be doing that.
yeah, we can't be doing that. Yeah. So he's like, yo, Moon, what do you think your purpose in life is? And I was like, that's a good question. I don't know truly, but honestly, the way that I've been living my life is to give hope in humanity still. By being this nice, friendly guy, to help out those in need,
Yeah.
because I used to there's this one old one of our neighbors, his mom is super old.
Yeah.
She's a grandma. I'd say in her mid 70s or early 80s.
Okay.
Although she's a boss, because she just chain smokes cigarettes it's nothing. But that's beside the point. I don't advocate cigarette use. If you had to smoke something, I'd say pot. Honestly.
Yeah.
But
You can't go wrong with that.
yeah. Well, I mean, to each their own. If that doesn't appease you, then don't do it. Don't do something you don't want to do.
Yeah.
I think you've got it backwards.
But here's the thing though with me though, but that's the thing though, because look, you asked me what my goal is in the future, what my future plans are, right? And I told you without even hesitating,
Yeah.
to just help out people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Do I think myself, if I got extremely lucky
But they have simply become the
and
same
became a multi-millionaire or a billionaire in this lifetime, that's highly unlikely.
It's like the
But
saying,
that's why I said
smoke, there's
generational
fire.
wealth. I would have it so we just help out we start out by helping out the community, and then the town, and then the county.
Yeah.
Then we move on to like helping out the state, and then moving on to like national.
Yeah.
Because like imagine if like we started a fund where like, well, I started a fund generations down, like in my name, you know, and was like, yeah, we help essentially pay off like student debt.
Because the government can't do shit. Well, I didn't say that. Okay, go on.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my goal. What about you, AK?
I'm still like to this day. Hopefully in the future I'll figure it out.
Right.
But I think to myself, like every time I think about what life to me is, I think of different things. I go from do we just, because life is basically how you are from the time you're born to the time you die. But is there all there is to it, or is it that are you on the constant run from death? Because when you're like baked,
right,
you think about this shit. You're like,
right.
What moment are you like? When I do get baked, I'm like, what moment and idea am I gonna live in and dedicate myself to for the rest of my remaining lifespan?
Right.
Then I'm gonna be like, okay, I've decided this is my life path. These are the steps I'm gonna take to achieve this goal.
Right.
And be wherever I am by this time.
Right, but like I also feel like with that too, whatever your goal is, whether or not you can look back on the things you've done, like on your deathbed, and be proud.
That's exactly like I wanna like that's what I'm still trying to figure out. What can I do which I won't be disappointed in myself, but I'm not setting the bar so outrageously high that I'm just disappointed there. They're like, wow, I did not do anything I planned to. I wasted my whole time. But you know, like every time I think about it, it's something different.
Right. No, I hear you. But you know what? It's funny you bring that up, right? Because like, what is our purpose here on this planet? You know, like why are we here? You know, in the previous episode, I don't know if it was episode, because this is 16.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It was episode 15, right? We talked about like free will.
We were getting into it.
Yeah. Like, do you honestly have free will?
I honestly believe yes. Why? Because I do not believe in a god.
Okay.
Personally.
That's you know, to each their own. But like, I'm all big on the evolution theory. Like I know there's some like discrepancies here and there. Right.
But you know, like most of it makes sense. Whereas when you look at like a religion, you're like, this is really conflicting. Something in like the Quran is conflicting with something in the Bible or the Old Testament, and you're like, which one is true? Because these all like branched off from the same like origin. So yeah. So I honestly do think I'm personally in control of my own body.
Right.
Free will is like a gray area though, because
but here's the thing, right? Like, I'm glad you brought up like evolutionary theory and all that, but like here's the thing, right? I feel like why it's like, all right, well, you can't describe things right with science. Like, you know, religious leaders will always be like, yo, you can't describe this with science. But I feel like we haven't reached that point in science, like in the science field yet, to actually describe and like examine and hypothesize and all that. Like, yo, is there like a greater being? Me personally, yes, because like something had to create it, and like, you know, if you're like the Big Bang, and I'm like, all right, makes sense. But at the same time, I'm like, yo,
was the Big Bang like really like did it really happen, or like did some like higher being set it off as a catalyst?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm playing this kid again.
Yeah. I don't think we ever scanned those. The honkers?
The honkers.
I feel like that's a racist term, but I don't know.
Hey, at least my boy whipping around a mace now.
Yeah,
he's not even swinging it! There we go.
Yeah. What was I trying to say? But like, yo, like, but you notice, right? Like, you like like, do I believe we have free will? Fuck yeah, I do. Like, I'm a firm believer in free will because, like, you go back and you're like,
Oh my.
I would do things different, right?
Less busy than before.
Like, everyone has that moment in life where they regret,
Yeah.
but, like, at the same time,
Now that you
like,
mention it,
you ever notice,
maybe.
like, when you're in a situation,
Mm-hmm.
don't you suddenly feel like, intensely, like, alright, for instance, like, the first time, like, you smoked or something, right?
Yeah.
Like, do you ever feel like, in that moment, like, you knew firsthand, like, you were gonna go in, or were, like, you were down, or were you, like, yeah, like, in your mind, like, you ran through, like, a million fucking, like, scenarios?
I was down for most part. There was a slight hesitation in me,
Okay.
but you know, once I did it, I'm like, okay, can't go back now.
Yeah, but, like, note you said the slight hesitation.
Yeah, because it was my first time going into like this unknown territory, which I've never been to.
Right.
And growing up, like,
Right, you're taught, like, it's bad.
it's bad. You're like, yeah.
Yeah.
She has to do something
Yeah.
about it.
Nope, Browntown Entertainment does not endorse the smoking of marijuana. Sometimes.
Sometimes.
What was I trying to say? No, but see, the key word you used was I hesitated, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, if you didn't have free will, you
Then-
wouldn't even you wouldn't have hesitated.
It was either like a yes or no.
If
Yeah.
that's the case, we should go to the
Like,
inn
you
and
wouldn't have
Stella
any
check the
hesitation.
breakfast.
You wouldn't have, like... Because that's happened too, bro. I've been at some parties where, like,
It's not like Estelle can just let things go.
you know, like, I'll have, like, a drink or two,
Mm-hmm.
and, like, well, I'm, like, DD, but, like, I'll drink, like, one or two, like, beers prior, like, at the beginning, and then just drink water afterwards,
Yeah.
to, like, rehydrate myself and, like, clear myself up, and then plus we're not leaving until, like, the party started at 8, we're not leaving until 2, so, like, I have, like, 6 hours
Yeah.
to just sober up.
Can't just
Mhm.
ignore people's problems,
And
can
I
you?
remember, like, at this party, it's like, oh, dude, like, and, like, everyone's friendly, at, like, most of the parties I go to, like, everyone's friendly, like, they consider you a friend the moment you walk in,
Yeah.
So then, let's
and
go.
I'm like,
He sure is getting into
and
it.
so,
Damn, he's in a rush to get to that inn.
yeah, for sure,
It's not
bro.
like I did this just for.
But you care about his feelings, don't you?
Yeah, so, what was I trying to say?
Aw,
Yeah, so, like, they're like, yo, dude, do you want to, like, smoke this blunt? And I'm like, you know what, I'm actually, designated driving on the DD, I don't want to, get crossed or anything.
Shout out to all the DDs out there.
Yeah, shout out to the DDs. You guys are truly lifesavers in more ways than one, and you don't even know it.
That's true.
Like, you are not, like, not appreciated.
Every time you DD, you save.
You save, like, countless of lives, whether you knew it or not,
Come on,
Yep.
we should hurry to the.
you know. That's why I'll always, like, volunteer to DD.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't get me wrong, I like to have a good time and everything, but I'd rather, like, have my... Because I know some of my friends, and, I'm like, yo, like, I'd rather you not lose anything. Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather know that, like, you got home safely.
Respectable.
I don't even care about wasting gas.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that I know, like, you got home safely
Too many
and
people get
you're
to be a
okay,
headache. I prefer a small
brings me
group.
an
You can't
infinite amount
follow
of
the
more
dog's
joy
footsteps and defend
and
dogs
happiness in my
without a few
life
more
than,
bodies.
like, waking up and hearing that you're no longer with me.
Yeah.
Like,
For sure.
because I've lost some friends to, like, like, they weren't drunk driving, but, like, they got hit by a drunk driver, and I've lost some friends like that, so,
Yeah.
like, we don't really, I don't, at least I don't mess with it,
Mm-hmm.
like,
Oh, but like going back to like hesitation and stuff.
yeah,
Yeah, you're right. If we truly didn't have free will,
you would never hesitate,
we wouldn't have these feelings of
like, regret,
regret and like hesitation. Like, I know this is kind of repetitive, but yeah, it was a really good point. But me growing up, my mom was always like, yeah, before you're born and you're with God, you always write down your every single blink, every single footstep, breath you take in a book. And so when you are born and every action you do,
right,
it's like predetermined. And I'm like, No, that's not how it works.
No.
Why would I write down?
But at the same time, like, right. But at the same time, I feel like you can make that argument because you don't, like, all right, I know you don't believe in, you don't believe in God, but, like, at the same time, like, you don't know whether or not, like, that's actually how it is.
Yeah.
Because, like, sure, you may be like, no, I had the choice to do that. But in reality, did you actually have the choice?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not trying to backtrack on what I said. Like, I know what I said.
Yeah.
But, you know.
But what I'm saying is, if you write this stuff, if you're writing your own life down, why would you write down experiences that you're going to regret later on? Or maybe for the rest of your life? You know?
Right. See, but here's the thing with me, right? Like, I always look at it like... that's why I always say I live life with no regrets.
Yeah.
Because that's truly the case for me, at least. Like, I don't live life with any regrets, you know? Like the choices I make in life are mine and mine alone. So I'm always, like, happy to, like... Excuse me. I'm always happy to do what I do.
Yeah.
Like, I know it, like, and that's why, like, I don't blame anyone for, like, the choices they make. You know, like, or the choices I make.
Yeah.
Right, that affect my life. I don't blame anyone for it.
That's on you.
That's on me.
Yeah.
Like, me spending... Ooh, someone coming to our door.
I think it's the captain.
Which captain?
With the chopper.
I guess
Oh,
I can't
Patty?
let things
Patty
go
with the
either.
chopper.
Ooh,
Come on. Let me see Patty.
it's just me. Let's go. No. Okay. No, but yeah, for me personally, yeah, I feel like, okay, I'm gonna save just in case. I know I just saved like 6 times in this fucking video, but, like, bear with me.
Yo, I got a question.
Go ahead.
So, when you set your, like, goal to helping people out,
Okay.
did you have that moment where you sat down and thought to yourself, this is what I'm gonna do? This is my ultimate goal? Or did you just, like, wake up one morning and you're like, yeah, I feel like this is what I should do in life?
No, so, like, I feel like with me,
Mm-hmm.
what ended up happening for me at least
Yeah.
is like I just remembered, like, I was, like, lost in life.
Yeah.
Like, I had, like, my own miniature, like, midlife crisis, I guess. Because, like, I didn't know what I wanted to do, right? I'm going to school to become a teacher, but, like, what if, like, I only want to become a teacher to inspire people, right? Like, truly, like, I'm not in it for, like, the pension or the pay cut. I mean, those are not, or, like, the pay, the pay rate. You know, some teachers at least don't make that much money. I know some teachers who make, like, 6 figures, but, like,
Yeah. We have some in our high school.
yeah.
Midnight stroll?
What was I trying to say?
Reminds me of home.
Yeah, I mean, but, like, I just thought back, right? Like, I just think back to my mentor,
Yeah.
and I was like, yo, this man, like, cause, when I got, like, alright, so long story short, I got jumped, and, like, he saved me.
Mm-hmm.
He was the one that basically stopped the people who jumped
Just mean
me,
that it's
Yeah.
up highlight.
I guess you wouldn't. Riding
and-
around like a monster.
he was able to still give me hope in humanity. And through that, I was able to become a better person because of it. Instead of just being, like, filled with, like, hatred, like,
His name
why
is
me?
Raoul,
Like,
and he's
why does
not
bad stuff
a
always
monster.
happen to me? Like,
Yeah.
what have I done wrong? Yada yada.
So that's when you decided?
Yeah,
And
no,
it's
I
not
just
only
thought back
because
on
he can
that.
fly.
And I just thought about all the hope
We've been together
that
ever
he was
since
able to
saved
give
me
me.
during the war.
And so that's why I'm like, all right, well, what am I able to do within my lifetime to do the same?
You mean between the
You know?
Empire and the
Yeah.
guilds?
So, like,
Yeah.
and I was like, well, the wealth gap keeps on increasing. But honestly, like what I would do, right? So say like, I was able to give people like 10K,
Yeah.
right?
It was you
I'd
who
be
was
like,
just
yo,
telling
listen,
earlier, wasn't it?
because you weren't expecting this 10K. Here's 5K, like, spend half of it on any expenses you truly need, and I want you to invest the other half into the market, into like dividend stocks and all that. So that way, when you retire, you don't have to stress out and put that burden on your kids necessarily to take care of you.
You're pretty sharp
Like,
if you were
because,
able to tell who
like
it was
Muslim
that
households, like, that's just instilled into us. Like, your parents take care of you when you're young. When they get old, you take care of them. Like, they live in your house and all that. And I'm like, well, what if that didn't have to be the case?
Is there some connection
You know?
between
Where
him
your parents are off on their own
Yeah.
without like relying on
Like,
anyone.
I wouldn't mind, like, helping out my parents for sure.
Yeah.
Like, if they wanted to live with me, fine, bet. But, like, I wouldn't be like, you're out on your own. No, like, because I know in, like, American culture, like, that's not, like, the case.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's an idea that not necessarily used to.
All right, I
Yeah.
won't ask any more questions.
You know? So that's why I have that, like, that goal to just help out people.
Looks like you're going
Oh.
after her
You know?
again.
Man, I'm just waiting for that moment.
doing that sort of thing.
I'm either waiting on someone or something where I decide for myself.
What can I
Yeah,
say that will make you believe me?
this is
So you're still looking for something to do?
I am.
Well, here's the thing, right? So when I opened my first, like, checking account,
Yeah.
right? I was like, by the year 2035, I want to have, like, my life at least set or at a good position.
2035.
Yeah, so 15 years from now, be in a good enough place in life where I'm, like, stable financially,
Support your family.
be able to support the family, all that stuff,
He's a strange one.
you know? Okay, we were at the 22-minute mark. Sorry, guys, there wasn't enough action.
We also need help
Um,
with the Blastia that went berserk last time.
Yeah, you wanna... I think we're at a good point to end the episode, right?
Yeah, I would say so.
Or do you want to continue on the topic?
No, I think we can end it here.
Yeah, okay. Well, guys, we'll talk to you next time. Oh, actually, you know what? I'll finish this scene. So that way... Okay, there we go.
Now that we have a goal and a
Oh, we'll do this
destination,
skit too.
I'm so excited
But,
about continuing our journey.
So that's my goal, really, is just to help out people as best as possible. Hell, even if, like, the channel blows up, and, I hope it does.
Yeah.
I hope I can do this for a living.
Yeah.
Because this honestly is, like, cool. Like, truly, in my honest opinion, like, I've been wanting to do a YouTube channel since, like, the 5th grade.
Yeah.
But,
Well, just don't forget what
I
we
just
talked
never
about.
had, like, the opportunity to.
Yeah.
And then, like, the quarantine just made everything possible.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just like if we made, like, money off ad revenue and everything, I just use that money to invest.
Yeah.
What?
Never mind.
Yeah, so, like, if I just made money off, like, YouTube, like, I just use, like, the ad revenue to just invest.
Yeah.
And then build myself up financially, and then so that way I can be helping out people more and more,
Mm-hmm.
like, earlier if possible. So hold on, am I back with everybody? Yes, I'm back with everybody. Alrighty, so we're gonna end it off there. Do you wanna any final thoughts?
I guess if you're like me and don't know where to go, just look out for someone or that one moment where you can dedicate yourself to a goal and be smart about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all I gotta say.
but, like, also I feel like we gotta, like, if you know what you're gonna do, like, even if you don't achieve, like, for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I even said I want to create generational wealth. Like, even for me, if I feel like if I'm not able to achieve it in my lifetime, I know generations down they'll be able to, and I hope they do.
Yeah.
So that's my final thoughts on the matter. So we're gonna end the episode. Thanks so much for joining us on episode 16. We hope to see you guys next time. Deuces.